Dear listeners, welcome to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a fascinating journey through the annals of time to uncover the captivating tales that have shaped our world. Today, we delve into the intriguing story of the 1967 Human Be-In, a pivotal event in modern American history that would leave an indelible mark on the nation's psyche. As we travel back in time to the vibrant city of San Francisco, we find ourselves immersed in the transformative era of the mid-1960s. The year is 1966, and the seeds of revolution are being sown in the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood, a hub of creative expression and intellectual curiosity. This charming district, with its colorful Victorian homes, bustling streets, and eclectic shops, was the epicenter of the countercultural movement. We see the likes of Allen Ginsberg, the renowned poet and advocate for free expression, strolling along Haight Street, engaging in passionate discussions with fellow intellectuals at the iconic City Lights bookstore, a beacon of beat culture. The catalyst for the Human Be-In was the banning of LSD by the California State Legislature on October 6, 1966. This move sparked a wave of discontent among the counterculture community, who saw it as an infringement upon their personal freedoms and creative expression. The ban also prompted a sense of urgency among the community's leaders, who began to organize a unified response to the legislation. We see Michael McClure, a celebrated poet and playwright, deeply involved in the planning stages of the Human Be-In, bringing his unique perspective on the intersection of art and politics to the table. As we explore the origins of the Human Be-In, it becomes clear that this event was not merely a reaction to the banning of LSD, but rather a culmination of various cultural and intellectual currents that had been building in the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood for years. The confluence of artistic innovation, political activism, and spiritual exploration created a unique environment that fostered creativity, experimentation, and a deep sense of community. We see the Diggers, a radical anarchist collective, playing a key role in the organization of the Human Be-In, using their skills in guerrilla theater and street performance to help shape the event's message and tone. The Human Be-In was also influenced by the burgeoning psychedelic rock scene, with bands like Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead, and Quicksilver Messenger Service drawing large crowds to the Fillmore Auditorium and other local venues. These musical gatherings helped to create a sense of communal excitement and anticipation, which would eventually coalesce into the Human Be-In. We see the likes of Timothy Leary, the charismatic psychologist and LSD advocate, adding his voice to the chorus of opposition against the ban, and helping to galvanize support for the Human Be-In. As we delve deeper into the origins of the Human Be-In, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a remarkable event. The stage is set for a pivotal moment in American history, one that will showcase the power of collective expression and the unbridled spirit of a generation. With its unique blend of music, art, and activism, the Human Be-In was about to become a defining moment in the countercultural movement, leaving an indelible mark on the course of American history. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude this segment on the origins of the Human Be-In, we find ourselves ready to step into the heart of this remarkable event. Join me as we immerse ourselves in the vibrant tapestry of this pivotal moment, where music, art, and activism converged to create a truly unforgettable experience. Dear listeners, welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the captivating tale of the 1967 Human Be-In. In our previous segment, we explored the origins of this pivotal event, and now we find ourselves immersed in the thrilling story of the Human Be-In itself. On January 14, 1967, a chilly winter morning, the polo fields in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park began to stir with activity. The air was filled with anticipation as thousands of people gathered for the Human Be-In, a celebration of music, art, and activism that would become a defining moment in American history. We see Allen Ginsberg, resplendent in his signature glasses and beard, taking the stage to deliver an impassioned plea for peace, love, and unity. His words echoed through the crowd, setting the tone for a day that would be marked by creativity, experimentation, and a deep sense of community. As the day unfolded, the human being became a vibrant tapestry of sound, color, and movement. The iconic psychedelic rock bands of the era, including Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead, and Quicksilver Messenger Service, took to the stage, their music weaving a spell of enchantment over the crowd. We see Janis Joplin, her powerful voice soaring through the air as she performs with Big Brother and the Holding Company, leaving an indelible mark on the audience. The Human Be-In was not just a musical event, but a celebration of art, poetry, and performance. The Diggers, with their radical anarchist ideals, brought their unique brand of guerrilla theater to the proceedings, using satire and spectacle to challenge the status quo. We see Michael McClure, his voice filled with passion, reading from his latest works, as the crowd listens with rapt attention. As the sun began to set on the polo fields, the Human Be-In reached its climax. Timothy Leary, resplendent in his signature suit and tie, took the stage to deliver a call to action, urging the crowd to turn on, tune in, and drop out. His words were met with a mixture of cheers and applause, as the audience began to realize the profound implications of this moment. The Human Be-In was a watershed moment in American history, marking a turning point in the countercultural movement. It was an event that showcased the power of collective expression, creativity, and nonconformity, inspiring a generation to challenge the norms and values of mainstream society. As we look back on that fateful day in January 1967, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of the Human Be-In, a testament to the human spirit's capacity for innovation, experimentation, and transformation. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude this segment on the Human Be-In, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a new era. The aftermath of this pivotal event would be marked by both triumph and tragedy, as the countercultural movement continued to evolve and grow. Join me as we delve into the fascinating story of how the Human Be-In's influence extended far beyond the polo fields, leaving an indelible mark on the course of history. Dear listeners, welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we conclude our journey through the captivating tale of the 1967 Human Be-In. In our previous segments, we explored the origins and the event itself. And now, we find ourselves immersed in the fascinating story of its decline and legacy. The aftermath of the Human Be-In was marked by a sense of euphoria and optimism, as the countercultural movement continued to grow and evolve. The event had brought together like-minded individuals from across the country, creating a sense of community and shared purpose. However, this momentum was short-lived, as the harsh realities of the world began to set in. The Vietnam War, which had been a major catalyst for the countercultural movement, continued to escalate, and the draft loomed large over the lives of many young Americans. Despite these challenges, the legacy of the Human Be-In lived on, influencing American culture and society in profound ways. The event's emphasis on creativity, nonconformity, and collective expression had tapped into a deep-seated desire for change and experimentation. This spirit of innovation and rebellion would go on to shape the course of music, art, and literature, as well as social and political activism. One notable example of the Human Be-In's influence can be seen in the emergence of the Summer of Love, which took place just a few months later in June 1967. This iconic event, which drew hundreds of thousands of young people to San Francisco's Haight-Ashbury neighborhood, was a direct descendant of the Human Be-In's spirit of peace, love, and unity. The Summer of Love would go on to become a defining moment in American cultural history, symbolizing the countercultural movement's ideals of free expression, communal living, and social experimentation. The Human Be also had a lasting impact on the development of psychedelic rock music, which emerged as a distinct genre in the late 1960s. Bands like Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead, and Quicksilver Messenger Service, who had all performed at the Human Be-In, went on to create some of the most iconic and influential music of the era. Their experimental sound, which blended elements of folk, rock, and electronic music, helped to define the countercultural movement's aesthetic and attitude. As we look back on the Human Be-In today, it is clear that its influence extends far beyond the realm of music and art. The event's emphasis on collective expression, nonconformity, and social activism has inspired generations of artists, activists, and thinkers. The Human Be-In's legacy can be seen in everything from the anti-war movement of the 1960s to the contemporary social justice movements of today. As the poet Allen Ginsberg once said, "The Human Be-In was a moment when the doors of perception were flung open and the possibilities seemed endless." This sense of possibility and promise continues to inspire us today, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit has the power to create, to innovate, and to transform. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude our journey through the story of the 1967 Human Be-In, we are left with a sense of awe and wonder at the power of collective expression and creativity. The Human Be-In may be a relic of the past, but its legacy lives on, reminding us that even the most fleeting moments can have a profound and lasting impact on the course of history. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the captivating tale of the Human Be-In. Until next time, farewell. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.